So I'm going to show you what a disciplinary looks like. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to start off a little bit different. Since I was talking. So I'm covering. I was covering for Shea Cliff in the morning from 8 to 11:30 his class, and we're talking about discipline, motivation, and all that good stuff, right? So we went over disciplinary letters, and this is what we covered. Okay. We see it here. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
I love how these look the same no matter what company
Yeah.
or job field you're in.
No problem, Mr. Jesus. I will send you one in a minute, okay? Just so your chat, send you a copy. So
Okay.
this is a disciplinary action form, okay? Or notice. You can call them whatever you want. Here we call them associate counselor notice. It has a property name, has the date, associate name, department, job title, manager name. They're all formatted a little bit different, but they have the same content, okay? This is the type of warning. Verbal, written, final, 3-day, termination, and area to be discussed. Attendance, attitude, care of property, grooming, performance, quality of work, safety, violation of policy, and the situation to be discussed, okay? And at the bottom says, if improvement is not made on this area discussed, further disciplinary action will be taken upon to including termination, okay? You gotta be clear on that one. Employee comments, you sign it, they sign it, HR signs it, and so forth, so on. And it's put on their file, okay? That is called progressive discipline. You want to try to avoid on that one, okay? But it happens, okay? Progressive discipline. So that's what it looks like, okay? Right? All right, we're cool on that one? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of weird, the 3-day suspension from work. It kind of definitely sounds like you're in school and you got in trouble for punching a girl in the neck. Got 3-day suspension,
So here's a sample. Can somebody read it for me?
The situation?
Yes.
Poor attendance, called on Sunday the 21st, not coming in because he couldn't find a babysitter, had requested Monday the 22nd, Tuesday the 23rd, Wednesday the 24th, and Thursday the 25th. Called him Friday the 26th, left a message saying he was not coming in because his girlfriend got arrested in New Mexico, said he was coming in on Saturday at, Saturday, Sam talked to Tracy and said he was not coming in, but he would be here Sunday the 28th, no call, no show.
Any thoughts on that one?
Boot 'em.
Boot him.
Yeah,
How would you guys
fire him?
How would you guys handle this situation?
Because I understand the not having a babysitter one, because that's kind of rough. But to call in that many, to call in, then request that many days off, then to say about the whole got arrested in New Mexico thing, and then to call in again and call no show. Why bother having the job if
Is
you're
this all just one write-up, or is this like past offenses being summed up into a new one? Like this is all just one shot?
Correct.
no way that all in one shot and it's just a written warning.
Because look at the situation to be discussed, like Chubb said, okay? Call on Sunday is covered. And then, call Sunday and it was not coming in. And then called again Sunday, no, was it? Saturday, it was covered, right? So he called 2 days, Sunday the 28th, no call, no show. That warranties to be a written warning because he called in ahead of time on Sunday the 21st, on the first day, and then the next Sunday and the next Saturday.
Well, no call, no shows. I mean, those are pretty much on a 2-strike basis tops. Like, you no call, no show once, you're getting a very big write up. Calling in, like within that amount of time, that is not going to fly with any company or any policy that anyone has.
I'm surprised that with his request for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that they allowed it to happen due to he had called in on the Sunday before that to allow that many days off. What's it called? That many days off at such short notice, you know?
Well, was the request approved before it all happened, or was it submitted within, at least 2 weeks of it happening?
No, it was requested way before this happened. So I had on the schedule, and I had granted him that week off. That week was granted. Now on Sunday, our schedule went from Saturday through Sunday. No, Sunday through Saturday. So Sunday he was scheduled to work, but again he called off. And
Chef, is this a real write-up?
It's a real write-up.
No shit.
It's a real write-up. So Sunday he called in. Okay, he's covered. And then he was off those days, and then Saturday he called in again. That so he was covering that day because he called in. Now Sunday, that's a no-show no call. That's an automatic write-up because he called Saturday. I mean, he called Sunday the 21st, and he called Saturday. On Friday, Sunday the 21st and Friday the 26th, he called in. So he's covering those 2 days. The days that his written was drafted upon was on Sunday the 28th. So Sunday the 28th, this is drafted about, on doing the write-up. A lot of freestanding restaurants, you show no show, no call on one day, you're out. But a lot of places that have, hotels that have, like Grand Duca might have some kind of similar employee manual on their HR department that says, that states certain like this, that up to 3 you can get terminated.
Yeah.
Because you have to have everything on file. Should they want to go back for wrongful termination, you have it on file. So he could not, trust me, I wanted to get rid of this guy, but I couldn't because I had to wait until the 3 strikes are out. Once, 2, and 3 times. If you no show, no call on the 3rd day, you're out. Okay. So this is the first offense, right? I'm going to show you the second offense right now. This is the second offense right here. So that's the second offense. No show, no call twice.
And he didn't get terminated because this just says it was another written warning.
Yes, exactly.
It depends also if it is an at-will state or if it is just a rightful termination type state. Because if it is a sorry, I had the words and they just left me. At-will state.
Texas is an at-will state. So
yeah, it is. So being a no-call, no-show once.
Yeah, if your employee is like GTFO, then you got a GTFO.
Yeah, but in Texas, minimum, like your second no-call, no-show, they can just terminate right there.
Third offense.
Because that would still be rightful termination.
Third offense.
Oh my God.
Third offense. Final offense. He's out.
Yep.
So, yeah, unfortunately, they cost us a lot of stress in our with the staff because we had to shuffle around and try to figure out who to bring in to cover that shift, and we incur overtime. Therefore, a lot of places don't like overtime because it's the evil necessity. So on the third offense, he had bye, Felicia, but everything has to be documented, has to be dated, it has to be written in such a way that should that individual come back and file the lawsuit for wrongful termination, he could have a case on his hands because there was no record why and how come he got terminated. So sometimes even though it's a pain and you want to get rid of it as soon as possible because there's no other way you can salvage them, you have to go through the policies and make sure you adhere to your standards and according to the employee handbook. Because of the Department of Labor calls you to investigate if you have no employee handbook that doesn't state the repercussions of attendance, and you fired one individual and you had nothing on file. Wrongful termination, they can file a lawsuit against you, and you got to rehire that individual back. Now you're gonna be stuck with the cancer in your team, and the morale of the rest of the staff is gonna go down, and he's gonna make your life miserable. So always, always, always CYA, cover your assets. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. As painful as it was, okay? All right. Let's get on to today before we can start looking into your business.
I have a
plans.
real quick question.
Go ahead.
So for small businesses with no HR department, how do you not get sued for not having an HR department?
No, you can hire an advisor or consultant that can draw you an employee handbook according to your your restaurant. And you're going to be acting like a human resource department. You're going to interview, hire, and counsel, coach, and fire. But also make sure you got all the documentation that's available, because if they decide to come back, they can file a lawsuit against you.
Yes, but my question was, one of the restaurants I used to work at before, they said that it was not legal to not have an HR department, which is what's been stuck with me for like 3 years now. That was what I understood. But if it's wrong, then, that's good. Don't gotta pay money that you don't need to pay off.
Yeah, you don't have to hire one. Just make sure that you know the law. You can be acting like the human resources one, because they're expensive. They can cost you maybe $50,000, $60,000 a year. That's
Yeah,
about $27 an hour.
that's too much.
Yeah, or you can hire somebody like a part-timer, like an on-call, but it's going to be like a consultant, and they can charge you a fee, draw you an employee handbook, and you'll pay them for what they do, not consistently. Just pay them for that services, and that's it. And maybe you can have them in your back pocket to consult as needed, just like an attorney.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's get into organizational structure of a restaurant. Some of us know it, some of us do not know it. So this is going to be short, quick, and easy. We're going to start looking at your projects. Your summary concepts. I have some, and we'll go over them one by one, see where you're standing at. Those of you guys who have not submitted it, I'm looking for those. What is it? Mr. Jesus, you say you don't have one. I'm going to send you to right now through your school email, okay? Let me go ahead and do that right now real quick while I'm at it, okay? And where is it? Let me send him real quick right now, okay? All right, it's on his way, Mr. Jesus, okay? Cool. So organization, restaurants have a very specific staffing needs, and the organizational structure may be in line with those needs and function as well. The size of the restaurant usually determines the ultimate structure. Staffers often take on more than one role in smaller establishments, but restaurants typically have the same basic framework regardless of their size. The structure is designed to implement a system of responsibility and accountability with a clear chain of command. It all depends on your concept, what kind of organization you're going to have in your back of the house or front of the house, okay? Casual, fine dining, what is it, okay? So types of ownership structure. Independent restaurants commonly have their single owner and several investors, or a small group of people who share ownership. Medium and large chain restaurants are normally either structured as corporations or owned outright by a large parent company. There are 5 types of legal structures restaurants may follow: limited liability company, or known as LLC, sole proprietorship, SP, partnership, P or S corporation or C corporation. Owners are responsible for their business finances, but often hire accountants to take care of the books. They're also ultimate decision makers and accountable for the general decisions of the business. Although they do not need to be involved in the day-to-day operation of the restaurant, owners of small independent establishments often take on an active role in the restaurant's operations. So, like you were saying, Ms. Anaid, if you can't afford that human resources manager, consult one. Okay. Consult one, and they'll charge you on the by the hour or by the project. Okay, you don't have to keep them aboard on your labor pool because it's gonna run high. Okay, so the role of the GM is responsible for day-to-day operations of the business, including hiring, training, overseeing the staff, making sure that the restaurant is maintained in proper operating condition, and ensure that things run smoothly when the restaurant is open. They're also responsible for totaling up the daily receipts, making sure that the restaurant adheres to all legal requirements and communicating with the restaurant owner. And in a medium or large establishment, GMs often have an assistant GMs to help them. However, the owner or executive chef often plays the GM's roles in this smaller operations. It may be the executive chef, GM slash GM, or GM slash executive chef. They may have two titles in one. Okay. Front of the house staff. At the operational levels, restaurant duties fall into one or two areas: front of the house and back of the house. Of course, we know front of the house staff is responsible for the restaurant's dining area, including setting up service, waiting on customers, interacting with the kitchen staff. If the restaurant serves alcohol, they're also responsible for the beverages and the bar area. You must be 21 in Texas, because otherwise the TABC does not allow you to serve alcohol. You're not 21, and you get huge fines. Smaller establishments may have a single food and beverage manager who takes care of both areas. For larger establishments or those who serve a large amount of alcohol, typically split their managerial duties between a bar manager and a food manager. Both of these positions report to the restaurant's GM. Any banquet catering operations also fall in this area of responsibility. Okay. So the role of the executive chef, right? This is what they do. Or head chef is responsible for all the back of the house operations. This includes hiring, training, creating menus, sourcing and purchasing foods, helping determine the price the restaurant should place on his meals. Depending on the size of the restaurant, he may report on the food and beverage manager, the GM, or the owner directly. Okay. So patterns in the organization hierarchy restaurant. Restaurants will obviously vary depending on the restaurant to a certain extent. However, the basic organization structure or restaurant establishment will be at least somewhat consistent between locations. There needs to be a management hierarchy, a restaurant kitchen hierarchy, and front of the house hierarchy, all three separate ones. These roles might overlap in some cases. During busy nights, some employees might assume each other's roles. However, these basic positions usually need to be in place. Collectively, these individuals are sometimes known as the brigade de cuisine. They work together in order to make sure that all customers have a good time and the restaurant is still profitable. The restaurant business is one of the toughest business around, and it takes a well-ordered and talented brigade de cuisine to make it work. So, but if you're one of those establishments, if you're the prep cook and you're going to come back and be the waiter or the server at nighttime for dinner, make sure that you get quoted differently. It's a different pay rate, different responsibilities. They're not the same. Okay. Organizational hierarchy of the restaurant, management. The head of the management hierarchy is the restaurant manager. In some cases, there might be a co-manager. In this case, family restaurants, people will sometimes see a number of people acting as the restaurant manager collectively. However, the basic position, the restaurant manager performs a number of tasks, including doing the promotion and marketing of the business, supervising, recruiting, again, training staff, setting regulated budgets. They also tend to oversee the kitchen stock levels and order supplies. They handle all the issues associated with licensing and hygiene. In many cases, the restaurant managers are also in charge of the menu planning as well. The people who run this complicated businesses on the restaurant manager always exists. Okay. So management, the head waiter is something considered part of the management hierarchy and works directly into the restaurant manager. The head waiter is more often referred to the maitre d'. Maitre d'. Maitre d' is largely customer service position. Since the maitre d' has agreed to welcome the restaurant's customers while directing them to the right table, in many cases, maitre d' will also handle the incoming restaurant calls. When people make reservations, it is a maitre d' that records them and handles almost everything to do with the reservations. People in this position will have to decide whether the customers can get their preferred tables and the tables that will more effectively fill the space. Maitre d' handles almost anything to do with customer service. They're like the top of the salespeople up in the front. The very largest restaurant will sometimes have a group chef. Despite the name, there's more of a management position than a position that relates to the kitchen itself. The group chefs don't do a lot of actual cooking. They're often in charge of several operations within the restaurant, particularly with regard to kitchen supplies and the relation between the kitchen and the rest of the business. However, they still spend more time working with the restaurant manager than the rest of the kitchen staff. Okay. The executive chef, chef de cuisine, typically the head of the restaurant kitchen hierarchy. The executive chef might actually be restaurant manager in some cases. However, there are plenty of restaurants that are the role of the executive chef and the role of the restaurant manager are completely separate. The executive chef manages, supervises the rest of the kitchen staff. In most cases, again, the chef also works with suppliers and tries to develop strategies to reduce managing kitchen costs. You are the owner, are going to be the owner / executive chef, okay? The sous chef, second in command, is directing the executive chef. The duties between the two individuals will tend to be overlapped. However, the sous chef does more of the actual cooking and supervises the rest of the staff more directly. Sous chef also interfaces with the suppliers and people beyond the pass less frequently. People think of the second chef as the head cook in many ways. Sometimes the lead cook can be the sous chef. Okay. The remainder of the kitchen hierarchy is made up of line cooks. These people are collectively known as the chef de partie. The line cook will vary depending on the restaurant. In some cases, there will be just a few on staff. In many cases, there are specialized line cooks who will handle very particular selection of food. The grill, sauté, fish, poultry. Might be a butcher chef, pastry chef, grill chef, vegetable chef, fry chef, pantry chef, and roast chef in some of the largest and most expensive restaurants. Butcher in New York City, where I was doing my externship at the Hilton and Towers, that has 2,000 rooms. The butcher chef was working Monday through Friday, banker's hours, earning about $50,000 a year, just butchering meat. That is all they deal with. They didn't make any sauces. They didn't handle the team, nothing. They just got the orders, butchered the beef, ordered them, and sent them out. Nice.
Sounds like a really cake job.
It was. There was two. The head butcher and his assistant. That was it. Only two. And it was an actual butcher shop with a saw, the cutting table, all the tools and toys you could ever imagine. The coolers, the freezers, and everything that a butcher has supposed to have. Even a drying cooler for the aging of the beef. It's really awesome. There will also be line cook that usually fills in for other people and picks up the slack in some of their other stations. In smaller restaurants, the line cooks are usually less specialized and handle almost all the dishes and some of the point during their working days. The chef de partie physically cooks all the food. They're also responsible for keeping their stations clean. In some restaurants, they might do the dishes as well. In larger restaurants, there might be staff members who will clean the kitchen and the dishes specifically. Okay. Front of the house, FOH or FO. Okay. The station head waiter works under the maitre d'. The station head waiter helps to supervise the rest of the waiters and wait staff. Waiters themselves are in charge of retrieving the finished food from the kitchen and distributing it to the people who ordered it. Waiters take the orders initially, revise the orders, and update them as needed. They're also in charge of making sure that customers get what they want and that they feel comfortable. Sometimes the waitstaff will clean the table after people leave. In some larger restaurants, busboys will specifically clear the tables instead. So what are you guys going to have? Are you guys going to have the fine dining? I know Mr. Victor does. You're going to have a head waiter, captain, and the busboy per section, or are you going to have just one waiter per section? Many expensive restaurants, there will be enough of a selection of wines that will need to be, there will be a head wine waiter. And a wine waiter, these individuals will specifically take orders for wine and also make wine recommendations. In some cases, the wine waiter finds the wine for the restaurant in the first place by going to the wine tastings in order to find the best possible products. However, in smaller restaurants, the other waitstaff carries out the duties of the wine waiter. In large, more expensive fine dining places, they're called sommeliers. They are the ones in charge of all the wine knowledge, the wine selling, and all the wine storage. Okay.
Is it sommelier or sommelier?
Sommelier. Somelier. Sommelier.
French is a silly language.
I know. Correct. Speaking of French, sorry, I don't want to sidetrack. Did we go over what a shoemaker is?
Not in this class, but
Well,
you have in the past.
Do you guys know what a shoemaker is? Anybody?
It's when you are good enough to do your job, but you always take shortcuts and make it not what it could be.
Right. So a shoemaker, right? Anybody that takes shortcuts.
The infamous John.
Oh, John. Okay. So I'm gonna take a pause here, and I'm gonna put this on the screen for you guys to know what a shoemaker is. Okay, guys? And let me know if you come across some of these individuals. I know you have, Mr. James. All right. So here, take a look at it. Shoemaker.
Shoemaker. Oh my
Can you
God.
turn it up a bit, Chef?
It's a cook who's bad at their job.
What was that?
Can you turn it up a bit?
It is all the way up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you send me a link?
Yeah, I'll send you a link as soon as I, well, hold on.
I just can't hear it at all.
Okay. It's about a 2-minute. Okay. So how about you, Mr. Jonathan, Victor, Miss Sierra, Allie? Who else is Mud Regional? Think about who was a shoemaker in that class. Here we go.
Shoemaker. Oh my God, where do you even start? It's a cook who's bad at their job. Just can't cook, has no technique, who thinks that they're good at their job.
A shoemaker means a hack.
They cook terrible food because they have no love for it.
Bad attitude, zero skill, dirty fingernails, an unorganized station, tongs in the back pocket, unwillingness to learn, starts making recipes of their own without asking the chef. All of these things would be filed under shoemaker. What else?
I don't know. I assume that the origin of it is that, you know, people make food. The food was like shoe lover.
Fucking shoemaker.
Basically, if there is a shortcut, not always the right way to do it, but it'll get it done quickly, then you're kind of shoemaking it. I was a shoemaker, and I even admitted it. I ran out of grape jelly that we made. I was already 45 minutes late, and I needed 3 more tarts. And I totally went and bought some grape jelly. I don't necessarily condone it, and I was kind of embarrassed, and I hope nobody noticed. But every once in a while, it comes out, and you have to get it done.
What do you guys think?
Reminds me of when chefs just blanketly say, make it happen. Like, I feel like that's where a whole lot of the shoemakers come from.
So who was the shoemaker in the class? Mr. Victor, Allie, Chubbs, Jonathan, Kay, Sierra?
I feel like all the shoemakers in our class that we had got kicked out.
I believe. Go ahead, Miss Sierra. Who was the shoemaker?
They were in the last class in the last block that you had.
Oh, the last one. Who was that? That's right. I had back-to-back, right? Regionals. Yep. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a bad class.
There was. I had a good percentage of shoemakers in that class. Oh boy. So anyways, that is a shoemaker. Someone came close to our in our class of a shoemaker, right, Mr. Vic? Who was in your team? Jonathan, Vic, and Jay, right? There was a fourth person. Who was that guy?
Liam.
Liam, there you go.
Yep.
Liam. Poor Liam. I wonder where he's at. All right. Anyway, let's get back on track. He what?
He's still enrolled. He's in restaurant operations right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeff, you remember Dresden?
Dresden.
The one that got the full boot from the school? I don't even know if he would qualify as a shoemaker.
Oh, the one that was in Chef Pablo's class, the one that kicked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and the other one, Julie, the one was in foundation with Chef Lindsay.
Oh, Julian got booted too?
Yeah, the one with the tattooed eyebrow.
Oh, Julie, yeah.
Anyways, shoemaker. Good one.
Good memories, man.
Oh yeah, I still know my first class, my first block's names 3 years ago. Anyways, conclusion. The size of the restaurant, the type of food we'll serve will have an effect on the restaurant hierarchy structure. However, there will always be cooks, waiters, managers, and the proverbial restaurant hierarchy chart will only change so much. Okay. Now, how to efficiently manage labor costs in your restaurant. Again, that's a huge piece of the pie, man. If you can't control it, man, you'll be in trouble. So restaurant labor costs are typically the highest cost of owning a restaurant. Restaurants commonly aim to keep labor costs between 20 and 30%. I say if you can keep your labor costs at 24%, you're good. You're not killing your staff, you're not overloading them, and you're not running a high cost in your kitchens. Anything above that, 34% is too much. Then the piece of the pie home it's still too small. However, a full restaurant, white tablecloth restaurant will likely have a higher labor cost percentage than the actual casual dining restaurant. So they employ more staff to provide higher level of service, and the prices are going to be more expensive because they're offering foie gras, Chilean sea bass, Kobe beef, Wagyu, that sort of thing, caviar. So how do you control restaurant labor costs? Well, there's no surefire, 100% correct way to go about managing labor costs in the restaurant because every bar, restaurant, and coffee shop is different. They're all different. They're not the same. And that means each unique place has a unique restaurant labor cost situation that will need to be managed differently. That said, there are here a few basic tips and tricks for both calculating and managing restaurant labor costs. Okay. Group your restaurant labor costs for greater clarity. Dividing staff into groups shows you which positions cost the most. I saw in front of the house staff such as servers, hosts, and bartenders in one group. Kitchen staff such as cooks and dishwashers in another group, and management staff. You can also divide your staff by whether you have paid, they're paid by hourly or wage, salary wage. So restaurants should aim to keep labor costs between 20 and 30%. Again, 24% is good. Once you keep your staff all divvied up, you can compare what each team costs, and you see if you can tinker with the combination of staff, your schedule during each shift to bring your restaurant's labor costs down. If bartenders are significantly more expensive than servers, try replacing bartenders with 2 servers. If the job still gets done and the night goes off without a hitch, you find a way to reduce your labor costs already. Because bartenders, you got to pay them a little bit more. Okay. Understand your prime costs with the restaurant labor cost formula. Warning, there's a little math coming up, but there's absolutely nothing that you can't handle. While calculating something called prime costs might sound scary and daunting, it is easier than you might think, and it will tell you a ton about how the restaurant labor costs are all about. Your prime cost is the sum of your labor costs plus your cost of goods sold, or COGS, cost of goods sold for short. So cost of goods sold, or COGS, equal the cost to create each food and beverage item on your menu. That's what you buy, and those are your recipe cost cards that are in your summary concept. A restaurant prime cost should ideally be 60% or less total sales, and to represent the bulk of your controllable expenses. To calculate your prime cost, list all your hourly wages, salary, labor, payroll tax, and benefits. Add the sum up to your labor costs. And I'm going to show you guys on that summary concept where those are going to be at, okay? So moving on, asking just what percentage of sales should labor be in a restaurant? Calculating labor and the percentage of sales can be useful, but determining staff productivity solely on the basis of labor as a percentage of sales doesn't give you a detailed need to identify areas of improvement. For example, let's say a company policy for labor is a percentage of sales to be 20% or less. This work is running at 27. So if your labor that you're given, you should be running at a 20%. If you're turning in at the end of the month at 27%, what may happen to you? What is your boss going to say?
To fire some people.
Make daily cuts.
Right. Make daily cuts, and yeah, you can lose your job because again, if you're hired to keep that 20% and you're turning in at 27%, the first time around, they might raise an eyebrow, might get you a slap in the hand, but you can't be turning that every single month, 27%. That means you're overspending. Poor management, poor scheduling, overtime, maybe you're paying too much. A lot of things can go wrong in that part. Or maybe time theft. They're stealing from you. They're supposed to be out of there by 3 p.m. They're hanging around the kitchen talking to the hostess stand. Now they're going to go home at 5:30, and then they're going to clock out. Yeah, so you got to make sure you can step on your labor, stay on top of your labor. So, but that doesn't break down different job categories: servers, cooks, bussers, etc., making it impossible to determine which categories may be contributing to the issue. It also doesn't tell you what time of the day, week, or meal period where the greatest variances may be occurring. In order to truly identify whether labor costs are creeping up, there is no getting around the necessity of having a complete and detailed picture. Looking at labor costs this way it also doesn't account for holidays or other special events that might warrant more staff time. The best thing to remember about restaurant costs, labor costs, that they're just one part of the whole, and sometimes they're just a symptom of another issue. Rather than rushing to reduce labor costs, try to figure out what's really going on and fix the problem instead of rather putting a reduced labor cost on a Band-Aid on it. So you got to go and investigate. Why is your 27% instead of 20? Again, are you running overtime? Is somebody stealing from you? Are you understaffed that you got to bring temps in there to cover those shifts? Temps cost you twice the amount of money. If you're paying your staff $14 an hour, a temp might cost you $24 an hour. So temps always cost double the amount when you pay your staff. So looking at your labor costs, this way also doesn't account for the holidays, again, all the special events, okay? So holidays doesn't account for that, okay? So save on restaurant labor costs with training and thoughtful scheduling. Use labor scheduling and time and attendance system to ensure you have top level visibility that can identify when employees might go into overtime before it is too late. These systems can also point out your employees tend to clock in early or dilly around before they actually get enough work. If you pair the systems with a quick inspection of how your staff end the shifts, try turning data into a visual report such as graphs that are an effective way to quickly evaluate multiple sets of data at one time and crucially identify outliers. So nowadays with technology, you can probably have an app on your phone tied up with your schedule and your payroll, so that anybody is inching or closing up to overtime, you can probably get an alert. Hey, by the way, John Smith, it's almost in overtime. And then go back and try to adjust as you can so they don't incur that extra charge. Invest in training your staff, and they're less likely to leave, and be more productive while they're working, because valued employees that are put on the path to professional growth aren't going to ditch you for the other restaurant that doesn't offer those things. And sadly, not too many want either, okay? See who's got a question here? Where is it? You go, okay. Okay, cool. So average labor cost by restaurant type. Okay, now you know you covered all the basics. It's time to look at some restaurant labor costs averages based on the various restaurant types. Know that you know how individualized labor costs are at each individual restaurant. You can keep that thought in mind as you pursue these averages to get just a sense of whether or not you're in for the right ballpark. So fast food restaurants, 25%. Okay, so if you're running a fast food restaurant, 25%. As Gordon explains, certain fast food restaurants can achieve labor costs as low as 25%, but it doesn't mean that labor costs can't or shouldn't run higher. If you think about it, it makes sense. Food moves faster, profit margins are higher, and the labor is fairly unspecialized, which means it costs less to deploy. Table service restaurant, 30 to 40%. Where a specific restaurant falls on this range depends on the menu and the extensiveness of the service. Cron notes. Food costs, including beverages for the restaurant industry, run typically from 28-35%, depending upon the lifestyles of the style of the restaurant and the mix of sales. Fine dining varies but tends towards the higher end, between 30 and 40%, scale or beyond. As restaurant business notes, as a fine dining restaurant with many components in the plate and breads and pastries, pastas, and other products made in-house will have a much more high labor costs than a steakhouse, something high-end but relatively simple to prepare. Foods like steak, baked potato, and other thawed and served flours of chocolate cake. So to compensate for the labor costs, maybe you want to go with frozen pre-made desserts. I'm not saying you can't, but it's also another way. Okay. So manage labor costs by training and watching it closely, very closely. Because if you don't, you're going to run it to the ground. And again, the perfect one is 24%. Anything above and beyond that, I don't know. Okay. All right, let's go over your summary concept. Who do we have here? Okay. Let's go to the first one. So I have Liliana's. I have Jonathan's, of course. We went over those yesterday. Naid's, still yours, need some work. Where you at? Where you be at? And of course, Jesus, you got the new sheet. Transfer all the data when you get it. I have Victor's. I have Shay. Okay. I have Miss Catherine's. I have Emma. I have Miss Amber. You're gonna transfer all that information to the spreadsheet, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay. I got, of course, yours, and I have Deja, right? You sent it to your phone? Who was the one that sent? I forgot. Oh, no, never mind. Castillo, Cafe Castillo, right? Ms. Arisa?
Yes.
All right, Cafe Castillo, and I have yours. I'm still looking for the rest.
I did share mine with you not too long ago, Chef.
And I got yours too. Okay. When you guys share it, make sure you label your project so I know which ones are coming in. Okay. So that means where we at? Miss Sierra, have you started it yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Share it. How about Miss Kayla San Miguel? Where's your project?
I have to transfer the last bit to the thing. Kind of forgot to do that, but I'll get it into you today.
Yeah, just share it. You don't have to. You just share it. And I can see where you're at.
Okay.
Miss Karen, do I have yours?
No, Chef. I haven't shared it with you yet. I'm almost done with it though.
Andale, hurry up.
Yay, boy!
Hello. What else? Miss Allie, where's yours?
I'll share it with you tonight. I want to put some more final touches on it before I share it with you because I'm not very proud of it yet.
What about Rick James? Where's yours?
Still working on mine right now. I haven't got a whole lot of time to work on it recently, but as I said in my private message, trying to get that done as soon as possible. Monday, it should be at a operational standard at the latest.
If you have something filled out, just share it. You don't have to completely have it done, so I can help you out with it. So I'd see where you're at. So if you guys are working on it, it doesn't have to be completed. The goal was to have the first page done by at least this Friday. But as you're working on it, share it so I can see where you're at. Okay, so I can give you some pointers and okay, this is good. This needs to be reworked, or let's work on it. So don't be shy, share it. I'm not gonna, it's not the final project. It's not supposed to be 100% complete, but we're gonna work on that as we go. Okay.
Heard that.
All right, Mrs. Miranda, where's your project?
I'm still working on it, but I'll get it sent to you.
Yeah, share it. Even if you're working on it, as you're working on it, share it. Okay. Jesus, you're working. You have the copy, right? Did I just send you?
Yes, I just got it.
Okay. As you guys are plugging in it, share it. What else? Ms. Brianna?
Yes, chef.
Where's your summary concept?
I'm getting it. I'm working on it.
Share it. Okay. Ms. Kay, I know you're on Mexico. I don't know if you can, if you're able to share it or not. I know you say you had some issues with doing it with your phone. My hat students who try to do it with their Android, and they have challenges with it. Okay. Who else don't I have? Who else on here? Shania never joined, huh? Okay. Chubbs, do I have yours?
I have all my information written in a Google Doc to put onto the actual sheet, but it won't let me write on the sheet itself. Like I have the copy, but it won't let me write on it. And I made another copy of the copy, and it's still not letting me write on it.
Okay.
So I downloaded a Google Drive, and then I'm going to save it to my drive and see if that works so I can transfer the information over.
We lost Jonathan and Liliana. And then they came in, huh? I thought I saw them. And Julia too. Julia, Liliana, Jonathan, Shania. I know Madison was having some issues. Daniel is out. Yeah, guys, as you guys are working on it, just go ahead and share it. We're gonna work it together. So I want to make sure you guys are on point, and there's no if you guys have any answers, I can go ahead and help you out just like we did the cover letter. Same concept. Okay. All right, let's take a look at yeah, I know, Miss K. It is hard to use on your phone. All right. All right, Mr. Sack, this is yours, right? Correct? We losing too? No, I'm still here. All right. So Zach, if you can hear us, I don't know if you can, but I got yours up on the screen. Okay, let's take a look at it real quick. Name of business, Wolfpack Bar and Grill, LLC, sports bars, Monday through Sunday. No Saturday?
My bad. It's supposed to be 7 days a week. I'll just change that when I get back home.
All right, because I'm like, Saturday's your busiest season on the grill, on the bar. All those beverages, 11 to 2, barbecue sports bar. Mission statements to be open to anyone and serve high-end food and to the common customer. Maybe you reword that a little bit, okay? Reword a little bit. All right. Amarillo. Yeah, I've been there, right? What do they say about Amarillo? That when your dog runs away, you can see it running away 3 days after he ran away because it's so flat.
Yeah, basically that's how it is all up there.
Yeah. Demographics, you got it plugged in. The target demographic, mostly white with medium income. Okay. Style of service. So style of service, you got 76, 670, and 15 cents. That's
oh, my bad. That's my fault. I put that on there for me so I could copy that down into the demographics, and I forgot to change that and didn't realize that.
okay. So style of service, casual, fast food, what kind is it? Okay.
Okay.
Marketable feature including theme, menu, style, product, services, and preferred production techniques. Says a calm space, simple menu, house smoked barbecue, table service, home style. Seating capacity 115. Estimated covers 20. So estimated covers for lunch, Mr. Zach, you can put 110 instead of 20.
All right.
Or you can double it up because lunch is from 11, 12, 1, 2, that's 4-hour meal service. You can turn the tables twice for lunch. So you're looking at about almost 200 for lunch. Okay. Estimated check average for lunch, 35. Estimated coverage for dinner, 45. Same concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, 200. Okay. Average check for dinner, 52. Number of drinks, 83. That number should be higher because if you're serving 200 for lunch and 200 for dinner, that's 400.
At least, yeah.
So at least they're going to drink. You know, if you have mixed cocktails, maybe, I don't know, maybe half of those are going to drink alcoholic beverages. Okay. So that needs to definitely be worked on. Demographics, you get nothing plugged in here. So
I did have a problem switching it from an Excel file over to a Google one, and I just got that done right before I sent it to you. So I haven't been able to plug in any of the demographics, or I just added that tab and all that.
So are you able to see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So demographics, when you go to the cd-data.com, you're going to type in the zip code, right? And it's going to give you all those numbers, right?
Okay.
So no need for the Google Sheets. So what you're going to do here is going to give you religion. So you can type in religion as I'm going right here, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's going to give you, I don't know, I'm just typing in, you know, Catholic, Protestant, Baptist. I don't know, I'm not a religious person. And then, I don't know, just for the fun of it, atheist, okay? So type in those, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe Catholic, you're running at 40%. Protestant, 20, that's 60. 20 Baptist, and 10 atheists, right?
Okay.
So click on atheist, highlight all the way to Catholic, to your right, okay? Go to where it says insert, drop that menu, go to where it says chart, click on it. Boom. There's your chart.
Okay, cool.
So, and you can make it smaller so you can fit all your charts in here, okay?
Yes, sir.
You can move it around, okay? So no converting. It's really easy to do, okay?
Okay.
And then,
I can get that done.
Okay. And then the next one is SWOT analysis. We went over that yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So let me go to Amarillo, right? Sports bar and grill. Okay. Let me pull up Google right now real quick. I'm gonna open up. Okay. So I'm going to Google and I'm typing in Amarillo Sports Bars and Grills, and it's going to give me a whole list of things that I have. Texas Firehouse, that is your competition. So SWOT analysis, here we go, okay? So you're gonna type in here, okay? Texas Firehouse Sports Bar and Grill, okay? That's your first one. And the next one, you have House Divider Restaurant, Sports Bar and Grill, and Jay's Bar and Grill.
All right.
So that's your 3 right here, okay? So go to Google, type in Amarillo Sports Bar and Grill Restaurants. It'll give you a listing of what's available in your Amarillo, okay? Once you type them in, go to the website and see what they have to offer versus what you have to offer. And that's going to become your SWOT analysis, your strengths, opportunity, weaknesses, and threats, just like we did a couple of days ago. Okay.
All right.
This one needs to be done before Monday. So you have revisions to do here on your summary concept, okay? On your covers, numbers, your mission statements. You got to do your demographics. That's all this weekend. And by Monday, we'll take a look at each and everyone's SWOT analysis.
All right.
Got it?
Yes, chef.
Okay. So that is X. Who else will go next? Okay. She's not with us today, so I can't do hers. I can't do Jonathan's too. Did we do yours, Mr. Victor? Yeah, you got summary concept, right? Marketable features on yours. Okay. You got demographics done. SWOT analysis is your next project. Okay, the SWOT analysis, the one you're working on. Let me see if I can plug it in right now. So this is the one you're working on next, right, Mr. Victor?
Yes.
Okay. And we did pull up Wink. We did pull up 1818 Asian Fusion and Jeffries. So take a look at those websites and see what they have to offer versus what you have to offer, so you can plug in the SWOT analysis. Your concept summary, it looks good. Nothing to be changed. Okay. That's all good. Demographics, right on point. You got them all written down. Yeah, so SWOT analysis, try to get them done before Monday. Okay. Cool?
Yes.
All right. All right, who we got next? Shy, where you at?
I'm here. I'm
All right.
driving.
You're driving. Careful. Don't speed up. Watch for the popo, the huda, and don't get in trouble. Okay.
Okay.
Let's look at yours real quick right now. Okay. So yours up on the screen. Don't take your eyes off the road. You can listen to what I'm talking. Okay. So you have yours is called Sweet Bakes. Correct, right?
You have the wrong one up on the screen.
Oh, my bad. The pho? Really? Here we go. Is it the right one now?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. Sweet Bakes, LLC, bakery, 6 days per week, 9 to 6 p.m. So you gotta work on your descriptive summary of concept, okay? We love to bake. Through baking, we connect with the community by creating a great cake and pastries, feeding our family, friends, and neighbors. What else? Let me go expand here. Teaching and sharing our craft and practicing responsibility to the environment. Nice, very nice, okay? Fast Drop, way out in East Austin, past the airport. Right where the little big old giant squirrel is at, right? Off the highway. You guys ever been there?
Yeah.
Bucky, right? Bucky's a mascot. So demographics need to be plugged in. The next one, the target demographic, style of service, marketable features, seating capacity, estimated covers for lunch, check average, covers for dinner, check average for dinner, estimated drinks, and check average for drink. Definitely your SWOT analysis. So what would yours call? Sweet Bakes. We go take a look at Google, okay? So what is it? It's a bakery, right? Okay. So I'm looking at bakeries in Bastrop. Do you know anyone in Bastrop? Any bakeries?
I looked, but I don't remember.
Johnson's Bakery. Johnson's Bakery is one. Okay. Located at Highway 715 Austin Highway. You get also Simply Sweet, 1010 Main Street. Okay.
Isn't there one called Tough Cookie?
Don't know, you haven't got. Yeah, and Tough Cookie, 601 Chestnut Street. Okay. Really? I got a fat finger syndrome, y'all. Come on. God darn it. Tough Cookie is your third one, and your second one is Simply Sweet. So that is your competition. Okay, you got Johnson's Bakery, Simply Sweet, and Tough Cookie. So when you start doing your a SWOT analysis, take a look at what they have versus what you're going to offer. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay. What else we have? I guess I can close Lily Sucre. Oh, Miss Catherine. There we go. Okay. Yours up next. Right? This is yours, right? Yes. See?
No, that's mine.
Okay, let's. Okay.
I don't even know where to begin to make Mexican food, authentic Mexican food.
Wait, who's on the screen right now?
I don't know.
Emma's, mine.
Oh, Emma's. Okay. Really?
There it is.
Okay. We'll get to yours next, Miss Emma. Don't worry, it's coming. So Layus Bites, LLC.
Layus.
Excuse me. Layus, okay.
Yeah, it was a weird name. My parents wanted to name her Lilu after the Fifth Element. I couldn't pronounce it, so I just called her Layu.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember the movie with Bruce Willis and Mila, what is it, Jovovich, right?
Multipass.
Yeah.
She can go.
Layus Bites, LLC, right? So what do we have here? Hold on. Okay. All right, so small open cafe that offers cat-themed sweets and beverages. Meow. You're not gonna be like whatchamacallit, you guys ever watched that Kitchenimers with Gordon Ramsay? Amy's Bakery. Remember her?
God.
I speak feline. Meow, meow, meow. Just kidding. Anyways, offers cat-themed sweets and beverages. Also offer affordable cats on the menu. Wait a minute. Cats?
Yeah, so what I want to do is that I want to like team up with adoption centers and get as many cats adopted.
Okay, so adaptable. So
Yeah.
So here you gotta type in adaptable, okay? All right, so offer adaptable cats on the menu, along with their personalities and such. The cats will be in a different separated room from the dining area, and customers are welcome to go in and play with, interact with them, and purchase treats them. Okay. Okay. I was like, What? Cats on the menu? How you gonna cook them? Just kidding.
I can't spell for my life.
Offering all cat lovers a unique and whimsical cat-themed cafe that works along local adaptation centers to get cute, fluffy friends and loving home. Okay, cool concept. New Hope, Pennsylvania. I've been to Philly, the death of a family a while ago. Cold like a mother. Held the eyes of plane on the way back to Austin. Anyways, demographics need to be plugged in right here. You also target demographic. What is your location's demographic? So you have food service, a buffet. All right. Marketable features. Okay. Theme menu. Again, you got the cat theme menu. Cat theme menu. Okay. Feline. Seating capacity 40. So your estimated covers for lunch should be about 70. Okay. Because if your seating capacity is 40, you're going to turn the tables twice. 11, 12, 1 and 2, that's 3 hours. That's you turn tables twice. So that's about, I will say 7 to be in the same side. Estimated check average for lunch, just pick a number right now until you cost your recipes and you do your menu, then you can figure out your check average. Okay. Estimated covers for dinner, same thing. Estimated check average for dinner. Estimated number of drinks served daily. So you got seating capacity 40, that's 70 for lunch and about 70 for dinner. So you're looking at about 120 for estimated beverages. Okay. If you're not going to serve alcohol, then it's about $1.75, $1.90 for a beverage. Demographics, need to work on that too. Okay.
Yeah, I kept looking it up. I was trying to find a place called Lanhosca, Pennsylvania. For some odd reason, it does not exist. So I went with like New Hope, which is also in that area.
So you know the zip code for New Hope?
Yeah, I found the demographics for New Hope.
Okay, cool. So then let's take a so once you get those done, go ahead and plug them in. Let's take a look at your SWOT analysis. So
I know there's a Starbucks in the area.
So let's say cafes. New Hope, Pennsylvania. I'm sure there's a whole bunch. Okay.
Yeah, there's a place called Peller's Village. It's a tourist attraction in the area, and I've been to it many, many times.
What about this one? It's up your alley. River Cat Cafe. 142 Main Street. So take a look at that one. That's one. Okay. Lo and behold, it's right along your alley, right? Sky Rose Coffee and Starbucks. So there's two. Okay. So let's look at more than just coffee places. Okay. How about Full Moon? Okay, there's another one called Full Moon.
Oh, that place it's only good for its entrees, not for desserts.
All right. There you go. You can do a SWOT analysis now on what you have to offer that they don't have to offer. Desserts, right? What about Wawa?
Most of these places I've been to since I lived in New Jersey for a while.
It says chain store. Never mind. Oh, dessert sandwiches.
Yeah.
Of course, Dunkin'.
I haven't really been in there, but I know of it.
Mickey D's, Cafe Galleria. All right, Cafe Galleria. What about C'est La Vie French Bakery Cafe?
Haven't been to there yet.
Okay. Oh, not Cage Cafe, so you can fix that later. So there you go. Now you got 3 SWOT analysis to work with, okay? You have River Cat Cafe, you got Full Moon, and you got C'est La Vie French Bakery Cafe. So take a look at their website and see what they have to offer and see what your advantages on those two, okay? And of course, the demographics. So when you find, try the zip code and then get all the information plugged in. Okay. Got it? Okay. All right. Let's see who's next. There we go. Say here, Ms. Emma?
Yes.
Okay. So we're looking at Casa Estrella Mexican restaurant and what?
And bakery.
Oh, bakery. Okay, so let's reduce the font so you can see all those. There we go. LLC, bakery, casual restaurant, 6 days per week, Tuesday through Saturday, and then Sunday. I want you to walk in and see a full display case of Mexican sweet bread and other baked treats, but also want to be a full functional restaurant with wonderful food. Where's this located at? Waxahachie. That's where.
It's in the kind of like going towards Dallas. I don't know if you. I'm trying to think of what's next to it. There's like Cedar Hill, Midlothian, Arlington.
Okay, I know where Arlington is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of going towards there.
Okay, so your concept is, okay, Mexican sweet desserts. Have you ever been to San Antonio?
Mitera? Yeah.
Bingo. Bingo.
That's
So
kind of like the idea I have. But I recently saw, like, I grew up going there, but I recently went there again, and it wasn't as good as I remembered. So I kind of want to, like, make it a little bit better than there.
Okay. Good concept. You know, full bakery with a display and a full restaurant. Mission statement, we serve some of the most authentic Mexican food. So now you can probably guess I want to serve Mexican food and desserts like authentic. So reword that a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Maybe serving authentic Mexican cuisine.
Okay. And I think if you click on there, there's more.
Oh, fudge. Yeah. All right. Churros. Let me see if I can downsize the font so we can read it better. Okay, here we go. We serve some of the most authentic Mexican food. So you can now you can probably guess I want to serve Mexican food and desserts, like authentic desserts and like conchas, empanadas, flan, churros, and etc. But I also like to include desserts that are not commonly seen in Mexican bakeries, such as cupcakes, decorated sugar cookies, scones, etc. Don't want to do just Tex-Mex. Okay, that's cool. That's a good mixture. And Waxahachie, okay. Income, demographics, you have, okay. Mainly families, just people in general, waiter service, Mexican theme, English and Spanish, translated menus, and let me go back and reduce the font so we can see better, okay. English and Spanish translated menus, all fresh and homemade products. So just a couple of typos. All fresh is F-R-E-S-H. So you got to take out the A.
I think yeah.
And then translated. So you need an S between the N and the L. Ooh, seating capacity. Holy moly. Guacamole.
Well, I looked up the one in San Antonio and there's this 500. And
Okay.
I don't know if I want to do 500, so I'm going to do 450.
All right. Covers for lunch, 600. Okay, that's good. Estimated check average, comparable. For dinner, yeah, I can see that. 25, okay. Number of drinks, okay. And then, okay, you got those numbers right, okay. SWOT analysis. So what's in Waxahachie that is similar to your project?
Honestly, like I live there, or I lived in a town right next to it, and I couldn't remember a lot of them and haven't had a chance to look it up.
All right, so I'm typing Waxahachie Mexican restaurant, see what comes up, okay? You got a Mexicano grill. Campusanos, fine Mexican food. En Casa, Mexican cuisine. So you got several ones here, okay? So let's go with Mexicano grill, okay? Next one, you got Campusanos, fun Mexican food. And then you have Mi Casa, Mexican cuisine. There you go. So when you take a look at the website, go to the those restaurants in Waxahachie and take a look at what they have versus what you offer, and start filling your SWOT analysis. You also need another tab for your demographics. So I'm going to click in here. If you can see the bottom left corner of my screen, I'm going to click in the plus, and it's going to add another sheet. And I'm going to rename it. Okay, rename, and I'm going to type in demographics. Okay, there you go. So same concept I was just with it with a couple of minutes ago, religion, so forth and so on. Type the numbers and then hit the insert, drop down to charts, and it'll give you the chart. But you got to use that cd-data.com to figure out your demographics.
Got it.
Got it? Okay. Coolio. Cool beans. What else we got? There's two more.
Hey, Chef?
Yes.
Do you have anywhere where we can like go back and see all the slideshows and stuff from class?
For this class? None of the portal. I can load them up in the portal. I'll try to.
That'd be great.
Okay. So who's
just because like I'm paying attention to everything in the class, but later on when I'm working through the project and stuff, like it'll pop up in my head, be like, oh hey, I remember this from the slideshow, but it's just not in my head. And I'd love to have a resource for that if possible.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
So who's up next? Who do we have on the screen?
Chef,
Yes.
I know that you post the technical writing recordings on YouTube. Do you do these ones as well?
I'm trying to, but since it's in the middle of both, because when we stop technical writing, it's still saving it. So when I record this one, they overlap, and sometimes it kicks this video out and I lose it. So I'm trying to save it and load it up on the portal.
Wait, these are uploaded to YouTube?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Wait,
so
where?
You can find the link on the portal.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and I created an account for a school, so you can see all the videos that I've done in the past from restaurant apps and so forth. They're all loaded up in there.
Good.
So I'll try to load up the ones that I have on the portal, so you guys can go back and watch them. But I know I lost a couple here and there. I'm like, really messed up. So Cafe Castillo, where's Castillo?
I'm here.
You still sick? You okay?
I just took my medicine and I haven't eaten anything all day, so empty stomach, medicine, not good.
Yeah, not good. Okay. So Cafe Castillo LLC. I like the word Castillo. It sounds
Castillo.
badass, right? Sounds badass.
I've been called Castiro one time.
So I've been called. My last name was pronounced tomato. I'm like, really? How's that? Okay.
Hey, Olmedo, motto.
Yeah, tomato, potato, you know, whatever. So, Cafe Castillo LLC, sit down cafe, 7 days per week, 5 to 7. Cafe Castillo is a small cafe type for those who wake up in the morning, or in the morning for those who want to place sit down with their friends in the afternoon. LGBTQ friendly, wheelchair accessible. Awesome. Okay.
You have to click on it because there's a lot more than that, I think. And on, yeah.
I can't. It doesn't allow me to edit. It's on it says.
It doesn't like you.
Hijo de su gran, you know, right? Okay. It doesn't allow me, so I can't click on it, so I can't read the whole thing. That's all right. When you send the other one, I can read the whole thing. So, anyways, yeah, I can't see. It doesn't let me.
If you hit the edit workbook button on, it should let you.
Ah, thank you for that. No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. There we go. Thank you, Ms. Anaid. See, Ms. Castillo? It does like me. Anyways, LGBT friendly, wheelchair accessible, outside seating with a sunshade, and will be available, as well as for those who want to enjoy some fresh air, not soaking.
Yeah. I was writing on my phone, so autocorrect.
It can be sake, you know. Anyways, fresh air with some fresh food. The interior of the cafe will be polished hardwood floors and white brick walls. Okay, that's cool. Mission statement. Let me go back and do that. It doesn't let me to edit. Okay. Lockhart. Okay. So you got to type in the demographics here. And what about the location demographic, countertop with limited table service? What we got here at the bottom? Okay. Theme casual and cozy, menu style simple, prices provided for all drink and food items, addition products, coffees, teas, Mexican hot chocolate, abuelita, right? Abuelita. Orange juice, apple juice, banana bread, cookies, muffins, soups, and sandwiches. Seating capacity 33. Okay, you got the right ones for lunch. 74. Really? 750 for lunch?
I don't know. I'm not gonna charge that much for coffee and stuff like that though. So I gotta figure out everything when we do our prices.
Okay. Well, once you do your menu and then costing recipes, that can also be tweaked around a little bit. Okay. What else? Estimated average covers for dinner 86. Okay. Wait a minute. If your seating capacity is 33, your seating your average.
We did something yesterday, and I tried to find that paper I written down, and I don't remember it. All I remember you was telling me some numbers, so these are some numbers that I remember.
Yeah, it should be like unless you had patio seating outside, but if your seating capacity is 30, then your average covers for dinner should be like around 60, not 86, because you cannot have more than when your actual seating capacity is. Because 60 is like 33 times 2. Okay. For dinner, okay. Drinks 150, okay. SWOT analysis, same thing. So, okay, where we at? So what is it? What kind of concept?
A cafe
Okay.
in Lockhart, Tejas.
Sorry, my computer no habla inglés.
Texas, Lockhart, Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Texas.
All right, here we go. See what comes up. All right. Oh, you got Lockhart Cafe. Boom.
Yeah, that's where I work at now.
Okay, so even better, you know the insights.
Yep.
You also got Chaparral Coffee Bodega-ish. What's the social?
So the social used to be where we used to have a dance hall. So they bought it, and I think they're probably gonna like take it away or something because it's not very, what's the word? Successful, I guess.
So it's not open for business?
No, I don't think so anymore. They're trying to reopen it, I guess, and then something happened because they weren't paying their employees and stuff like that. So I don't think it's there anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lupin Lily's Pizza.
Lupin Lils.
Lupin Lils. I'm sorry. Like a dinner Mexican restaurant, the social, McDonald's, with a burger, I know. Carlos Food Baskets and More. What's Carlos Food Baskets and More?
What's what?
Carlos Food Baskets and More.
I've never heard of that.
Right.
That's new.
Okay, that's 2. And then, no, not Black Snacks Bistro. Lockhart Bistro. Grumpy's Burger. What a name.
Oh, Grumpy's Burgers are so good. It's actually a little shack, but you'd be surprised at how much business they get. They're so good.
Well, next time I'm in that area, I'll try to stop by and see Grumpy's. I cannot forget that name.
Grumpy's Burgers.
What about Market Street Cafe?
Market Street Cafe.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard of that one either, but okay.
And Apothecary, that's the name. It's located
Apothecary?
Yeah. Okay.
That's how you spell it. But okay.
Oh, I forgot the A. Whatever.
Oh my god.
102 East Market Street.
Got it. They moved it. I actually got some stuff from there, the apothecary.
Why would a drugstore be in the list of competition?
In what?
The apothecary? It's just like a
know what an
drugstore.
apothecary is, right? They sell like crystals, home remedies, and stuff like that.
Ah, those kind of chingaderas, okay.
That would.
My chest hurts to make me laugh.
Yeah, so well, it says the Market Street Cafe in Chingadera, so there you go.
It's because it's like a giant HEB, like.
We actually, you know what? That I've been here a couple times. We actually have a culinary room here in Lockhart, which is really awesome.
Okay. So that's your competition. So I know you're not going to have chingaderas on your menu, but this one does, so you can. Got it?
Easy.
And also the demographics here on the sheet number 1. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I need to do that because my phone or my laptop didn't want to work with me last night, and I almost threw it across my room because I tried to share it so many times and fix so many things on it, and I got frustrated. When I get frustrated, I either punch or throw things.
So you're in the business of throwing.
Yeah, but when I get frustrated with simple things, like if something on my laptop doesn't want to work, I get so frustrated with technology.
Just go chingado and get it out of your way. Get it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
One last thing. So you know how like Whataburger and Dairy Queen are like sometimes you have to choose between the both of them.
Yep.
We have Dairy Queen